Find politicians, immediately open fire. No guns in heaven, damn it. No running in the halls. What, you're only willing to touch me if my legs are shattered? Oh, I have a flashlight. That's a gun! Bad quality clown, good quality cock. I feel like a bad person with an incredibly loose mouth.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Well, I found my new wife. You guys think I might need to take a wet wipe to this one before we get engaged? That STD gets passed around like it's nothing, like musical chairs. Do I get some time in your son? I mean, the son? I'll pay. I have hired you to perv on my family. Oh god, I wish that were me.
Hilarious. Like and subscribe.
Welcome to the Forgotten City. No, not Atlantis. No, not El Dorado. Not even Stoke-on-Trent. It's... Actually, I have no idea what it's called. I don't know where I was fucking going with that bit. That's why it's forgotten, I guess. It's the first video game to ever win like a Writers Award in Australia, for example. Whatever the fuck that was. So good on you, writers. You scared your little pens into inking and they shat out an absolute masterpiece, hopefully, maybe. It's also like an ancient Skyrim mod, apparently, that was so beloved that the devs actually got published to make it a fully fledged game, which is awesome. Unbelievably arousing on a monolithic scale. I never played the original, I never played it in mod form, never fired up the old Rim Job of the Sky to check it out in its original form and flavors. Perhaps more importantly to us lads of absolutely ravenous epic gaming tendencies, it's also sitting at like a 98% positive on Steam. So if our brothers and sisters of similar levels of G Fuel addiction say it's good, then who are we to argue? We are all, after all, a horribly sticky hive mind master race. Let's figure out what this is all about, shall we? Because I really don't know, and this man's been waving at me for a very long time, and it's almost like he's ushering me over, and I feel really bad not responding. Must be really socially awkward situation for him. Let's make up for that. Let's go shake his hand once and for all, or potentially get punched in the face. We have kept him waiting. We do definitely deserve it. So buckle up. Put on your incontinentia diaper. Hook up that catheter, Granddad. We're going to Dementiaville, the Forgotten City. Don't worry, I'll make sure he sends his grandkids a completely unwanted souvenir and a legibly scrawled postcard. And if he dies in transit, well, the ashes are mine. Finders keepers. Who needs salt and pepper when you've got the remains of a man who spent his whole life eating salt and pepper? Best of both worlds. Damn, I'm a fucking genius. Some mystery adventure with multiple endings. It rewards thoughtful conversation and exploration, not brute force. The fate of the city is in your hands. Oh, I'm gonna be so brutal, and maybe even forceful at the exact same time. If the game lets me pull off a face, you better know I'm wearing it as my own. Present day. But present day for what? What is present day right now? She's in a hoodie. Don't think they had those back in Rome or... Ah, that face!
Hey!
Don't think anyone was
You're
that
alive.
Scary back in the day either.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
It's your body type. Yes, I look like this deformed coin. That's me. That's what I identify as. Are we roasting a leaf? She robbed me of all my loose change. And this is what I was cooking? Go find, like, a much richer hobo to steal from. Jesus Christ. Hell, even, like, take a dip into the river for 5 seconds. Whatever, like, fish you catch between your knees will be more worth my entire life savings. My body type is not that. Oh, is it man, woman? Is that a woman? I can't tell if that is supposed to be Julius Caesar or someone with tits. Because to me, this looks like an old lady. This looks like a young Roman man. Oh, I can tell by my lady fingers. Okay, there you go. God, you could have at least put, like, masculine, feminine, right? Doing it this way, little dumb. What do you want your neck to look like, you disembodied, disgusting head? I'm a man. I want the biggest thumbs possible. That's where I store most of my brain power. Oh, it's my skin tone. No, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. I was just cycling. Okay, there you go. I don't want to be made of milk, but at the same time, I'm a man with droopy, bulbous chin, and I'm not even ashamed of it. I'm also milky. I get a name? Well, I think it's ancient Rome, right? Yeah, they loved their punky ripped jeans back in 43 AD. Caesar's a real fucking trendsetter. This is a man who barbecues his lettuce and calls it a meal. He's on a cleanse 24 fucking set. There's nothing even left to cleanse. His insides are squeaky. What is the name of a man with squeaky kidneys? Mr. Clean! You know what? He is Mr. Clean. You're right. Good for him. I strive for a world where one day everyone else's insides are just fucking bleached out. It'll be the final human evolution when our shit is just pure white.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Dude emerges from the lake like some kind of Scooby-Doo swamp beast. Sidles up to this way. He hasn't got any possessions. He hasn't got anything. He's got like 3 ancient Roman coins in his pocket. Mr. Clean. The Bleach Boy. I was searching for ancient ruins. I'd be an archaeologist. Oh my god, there are classes. I was on a covert mission. Mr. Clean, bleaching Mother Nature herself. Turning all natural rivers to bleach or an amnesiac. Your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. My special skill, the one good trait about me that I get throughout the entire game, is I'm fucking brain damaged and won't feel a thing if you stab me. Ah, the gun is hard to resist. Because I'm going to be taking that back into like Roman times. I'm going to be hailed as a god. Or, you know, impaled as a witch. Works for me. I could go for a little bit of impaling right now. I'm on a covert mission.
Really? You're a soldier? Why are you out of uniform? Oh, was it a black op?
Only the
Are you a
blackest,
soldier
lady.
of fortune? You know what? Don't answer that. I don't think I want to know.
Yes, you do. You sounded so excited, but
This
your
should be
eyes
a
look
piece
so
of cake
afraid.
For someone like you. There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think.
Hailed as a
I
god
need
for
you
all
to
of
go in there
10
and
bullets.
see if you can
10's all
find
you
a guy
need,
named
dude.
Al for me.
It's the origin
He
of
went
Jesus.
in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped, or injured, or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
I feel like you're not actually talking. I feel like you're getting puppeteered by this giant dragonfly back here, by the way. That is a cigar with wings. Jumbo gummy worm that actually managed to return to nature before it got bitten. Mind if I ask some questions first?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
Why do you open your mouth like you're concealing wads of gum from the principal? You talk in such a strange way. It's really endearing, but at the same time absolutely fucking horrifying. What's your story, stranger?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I
Have a
mean?
magical, mystical boat back to reality. That's nice. You're not even gonna tell me your name? She's gonna represent something so important down the line, and right now I'm just insulting her every move.
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
It's Mrs. Clean on a really elaborate divorce.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
This writing won an award. That's how she's getting us back to reality. She's gonna speak to the manager of a life, God himself. This is the origin story of the fucking devil and his adorable little pew pew gun, his little dinky little pistol that got him sent down there. No guns in heaven, damn it. No running in the halls. Well, those Karen memes have really ruined that name. Genius.
Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al. He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not.
Not a part of the
But
Clean
maybe
family.
the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
I mean, I'm not letting him on the same boat as me unless I get to clean out his insides too. I'm gonna get infected. No. You all need to submit to customary enemas or we're all gonna starve here. Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Italian Karen. The world's worst superhero. What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts.
Al's the most priceless and ancient of them all. Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot?
Mm-hmm.
You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul.
Oh, you saying dragonflies and gummy worms don't have souls? You filthy racist.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
I'm in.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry.
I hope we never have to see her ever again. Karen, the most Italian name. You know what? What are, like, Roman women called? Is there a single famous Roman woman? I'm sure there were tons, and then history was just like, yeah, you know what? It would really help me out if you just, like, glued a dick onto that one.
Back already?
Al's
What's
dead.
that?
We have a denarius. What's with the ancient foot pick? That's a foot, right? Or a saddle? What is a foot if not a man saddle anyway? Oh, and that's my 10 rounds. I'm gonna waste them all instantly. How do I take out my gun? Do I have ammo but not gun? Am I just meant to throw them at people? Just push them into the eye socket? Alright, I'm ready. Oh, I'm naked. I also think I might just be floating shoulders and head. Does that even count as naked? Or am I extra naked? Am I super naked because I haven't even got the rest of my body? Very possible, very possible. Oh, I thought I was gonna be able to take it. Fuck. Rusted metal torch. Must have been lit by Al. I'm going the right way. Romans didn't have metal. I don't believe you. They had that shit. What am I talking? They had swords. They had wars. They had siege equipment. For like 3 seconds in my head, they're just like very, very pretty cavemen. But no, they were awesome. I don't know why I'm trying to take this away from you Italians. You ever just forget that Italians were Nazis once? I mean, the Germans didn't have nearly as good of food as the Italians. We can let the Italians off with a little bit of genocide. Germans didn't make pizza. Germans didn't even make pasta. What do you got, schnitzel? I've never even eaten schnitzel in my life. Maybe I'll forgive you if you make me a nice big feast. What do we got over here? Water. No thanks. That's not a nice big feast. A backpack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still. Seems strange that Al left it behind. Because he ate absolutely everything in the 3 actual footsteps journey it took to get to this one fucking place. Al's a very hungry bastard.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city.
It's the
hidden
thing!
deep underground.
That was in the menu!
Its existence.
I've seen it 200
is
times, so
long
I hate it!
All knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold,
You're in.
but in vain.
Ah,
For this shall be their final resting place."
deadly 2,000-year-old urine.
Could an underground
Full of
city
parasites
have
we've never
remained
even
a
seen.
secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there against the odds?
Oh, you can actually see it. That's cool.
It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation or a warning.
Ooh.
Al Worth.
When you put it like that, Al, how could I ever resist? There's a proposition at this point. I see why Karen didn't want to come in here. She doesn't want to get fuck me! What was that? I wanted to look at the man! Al! It's a very aggressive proposition. What, you're only willing to touch me if my legs are shattered? You think I've got bad shins? That's a lot of breath. I really hope that doesn't have to last like the entire game. Because there's no way someone's able to breathe underwater for like, what's that, 3 years? He's got custody of all the oxygen in the entire Roman city. This is beautiful, and I can't see a fucking thing. I'm an absolute slut for water graphics, especially when they have no right to look as good as they do. You must be a Navy SEAL. I assume by that you mean an actual animal seal that has just been painted. There's no other way. Everyone laugh. Everyone please laugh now. Oh, we belong to Al. It's of no use down here. He was like, I've discovered the remains of an ancient forgotten Roman city, which means he's just crawled his way out of this at some point. He did a real big fucking jump back up the other side. Because how would you know? Maybe you just found some old man's naked man statue collection? Which is basically all an ancient Roman city is these days. This is gonna be a disaster. Stickman fucking himself from behind? And using a shield? Oh, that's a sword. Okay, don't think that's meant to be embedded in him. Wow, look at these drawings. The Romans were such artists. Semper vigilabunt. Hastily scrawn Latin graffiti. I can't translate it yet. I found out the other day that Romans used to, like, trace their dick pics onto the houses of their girlfriends. They would literally, like, get a hammer and chisel, press their dicks against, like, the walls, and just go around it. And that must have... God, if that didn't make them a man, what a scary, scary experience that must be. One wrong move, it's like accidentally hitting your thumb with a hammer, except, my God, you'll never recover. No one recovers from pancake penis. Wow. That's a... Oh, what? Are they watching me? Is that what that sound is? Someone's just scraping... No, they're not watching me. Well, they kind of are, but only when they, like, tick over or something. It's when I look away. Ah! Everything's a weeping angel! Well, if I'm permanently looking away, then nothing and or everything bad can happen to me, right? Whoops, now it's on the floor. Why give her a sad, shitty sandstone imitation of the real thing when you can just hit it wrong and give her the actual real thing for use whenever the fuck she wants? This is horrible. Weeping angel type things freak me out way more than they fucking should. Was that you? Do they whisper to me? And say, oh God, if only I knew the slightest fucking thing about Latin. Are they flirting? I think you're real swell too, lady. Slash man. Slash literally any of you. That could have come from anyone. It might even be my own demons. Although they're not normally this complimentary. Oh, I have a flashlight. That's a gun. And it's adorable. I don't think I'm a Navy SEAL. I don't even think I'm an actual SEAL. I don't even think I'm Kiss from a Rose SEAL. He'd have a much more impressive piece. I'm either all three combined in some horrible, weird taxidermy hellscape, or I'm a guy playing with a black paint Nerf gun. Who do I expect to kill with this? I imagine that's just, would you pass the potatoes, Audrey? Well, Audrey, do as you're told. An ancient Roman mosaic depicting a godlike figure turning a man to gold. Interesting. So the Romans had their very own Midas. Is that the guy? That's definitely the guy. I remember Bible things. I don't even know if that's the Bible. It's just an old story. Whatever, who cares? Ooh. For a second, I thought that was like a balcony with a giant gaping hole in it, and it looked like so... Oh, I don't like when they twist their heads that much. Why are you afraid of me? That one didn't even get to... You can catch him in the act. Oh, no. Looks like his mom has just caught him with his dick in the cookie jar. What's it doing in there? At least choose jam. Jamming yourself against cookies, you're gonna get crumbs caught inside, and oh, that's an infection waiting to happen. Jam, though, at least gotta vaguely resemble something. Depending on the color, depending on the time of the month. Anyway, wait. So, turning someone to gold, everyone here is fucking gold. And they're all in various states of my life is fucking ruined. A young Roman woman in a pose of lamentation. Oh, I'm being lamented. This is my dream. Hope you're all doing your own fair share of lamentation at home. A Roman gladiator mid-stride. One could have made the gladiator free. Well, I mean, this makes it pretty obvious that they're not all just statues now, huh? The fact that one is still trying to run the fuck away. I imagine I've already met Al. I imagine he was one of these motherfuckers. Oh, okay, that's how we open doors. This seems important. Why aren't you as warm as your buddy over here? And can I fix that? Can I kick? Can I singe my nose hairs? Holy fuck, I'm so large! Wait, there's a photo mode. Oh, fuck! But I don't exist! I was so excited to see my own stupid face. Visual style? Black and white cartoon. Game child? Oh, as in Game Boy? Yeah, Nintendo, you're not genital neutral enough on your fucking kids' handhelds from 40 years ago. It's Game Child now. You me prohíbe? As in, like, prohibit? I imagine that means go no further, you stupid cunt. Or you're gonna become very shiny and valuable like me, and I don't really see the downside. This is the ultimate way to sell your fucking body. Right down to that sex worker in the background about to beat someone down with a plant pot. Child chained to a lamppost outside a fucking phone box. Our dude wanders in there to snort low-quality cocaine off of a wilting clown's erection. The clown is wilting, not the erection. The erection is standing to attention. It's even saluting. That's how you know it's good quality. Bad quality clown, bad quality coke, good quality cock. I kick him. Oh, yes! I didn't know I could do this! Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from someone. Scramble away from me, motherfucker! Yeah! Oh, that's a scrambling if I've ever seen one. Look at him go! This is adorable! Let's get him in the most compromised position possible. Take a few photos in Game Child mode. Aw. Oh, that's how he's supposed to sit. Oh, now it looks like I'm setting fucking fire to him. Or telling him a really, really spooky ghost story at night. Or potentially he's just scared of me because of my gun. Didn't really consider that one. I'm kind of just really loving this. This is really fucking cool. We've moved like 3 feet since we got here. Because I could just walk around bonking people all fucking day. Roman legionary in a state of terror. You're welcome, motherfucker. I am rather terrifying after all. Wow, that's a weirdly detailed head. Good for you, man. Wish I had that much detail on my head. But I'm afraid of tattooing my bellend. This is beautiful. What the fuck? Tell us a spooky, spooky ghost story. Once there was an ugly barnacle. It was so ugly that everyone died. The end. A Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Don't worry, help's here. I'm not very good at helping. It's my first day on the job. I don't mean to eternally damn you, but it's about the best we got. Oh, there you go. Now she's on a fucking oh, never mind. Okay, keep rolling, lady. I don't want to walk the plank and the plank is you. You need to shift you off the fucking edge. It's for content. Please, this was supposed to happen in a matter of seconds. He was quite an ugly man. Well, that guy over there, or me, was though. I'll take it. I had a glow up over like the last 5 minutes when I started stepping on this lady. Oh, this is a happy little gentleman. Look at you. What happened, buddy? Follow Owl's trail. This is Owl. This is absolutely fucking Owl. A statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. This must be Owl. How is that possible? Oh, he had a hell of a fucking fashion sense. This dude was bearded Nathan Drake. He was so smiley when he killed himself. Aww. Oh, God, I wish that were me. What's up with this, like, patch? And that patch? That's not modern. You've glued a kilt to yourself. You even had, like, chainmail on the other kneecap. Why do the knees need to be protected quite this hard? Oh, hello.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this.
Oh, don't worry.
Worse.
We're having a great time.
You'll suffer the same fate I did.
Oh, perfect. I just said I wish that were me.
Time in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out.
She's offended that you stopped stepping on it. That's why she killed my boy.
There is no way back. And here there are only 2 options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past.
Damn it, the mystery box!
Stepping through it. I wanted to set things right, and I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Wish I were hung like Al. God, look at that concave bulge. It's ingrowing. He was an old man, but he has cool, badass protagonist voice. Down here. Or am I gonna get aged really quickly as soon as I step through the door? Imagine the game leads you to a giant chamber and then all the statues come to life and start to swarm you. But, yeah, I'm waiting on the butt, Horcrux. Please, provide butt. Because, you know what? Actually, I was about to say this is all I've got to work with right now. But almost makes up for the non-existent penis. Withering away beneath his quilted jeans. They're still made of gold, so their footsteps make the clunking sound. I was waiting on the butt because I thought you were gonna make it nice and happy and jolly. Is the only way to beat him still just stepping on him? Do I have to Goomba stomp the entire Roman legion? Nikeo mover? As in, like, negate movement? It's just stop. It's just go the fuck home, you absolute ninny. Just thought I'd go a little bit period accurate. Man, they love Audrey. Or maybe they hate Audrey and love potatoes, because she's been their potato slave for at least 3 lines now. She's more than just an object. Hell, at this point, you're even sexualizing potatoes a little too much. And I love me some potatoes. Roman man on his knees, as if begging the gods for mercy. Should I be merciful? And the closest thing I'll ever get to a god, my foot is deep within his togaed arse. I didn't mean to do that. Didn't think the game would let me ride him. But at the same time, who needs a bouncy castle when you've got this cutie? I'm sending him to all the kids' birthday parties I've ever known. Oh, hello, orb. Fancy seeing you here. It's a lot more terrifying when I shine the goddamn light on it. But it's just taking me into space. Where the fuck did Rome go? I don't think Rome belongs out here. Get Doctor Who'd all the way into oblivion. Ride the little water slide. Where do we get shat out? Stop sexualizing potatoes. I agree, Aaron. They don't deserve it. To be fair, she's a golden statue. She's quite literally an object. I found the loophole! And conveniently, I found her loophole at the exact same time, so you're lucky the scene is whited out. Let's just say that. I might be responsible for the whiting. Use that to raise your flashlight. Yeah, because what we need right now is more brightness. It's exposing just how filthy my screen is, and I cleaned it yesterday. Why do I spit this much? I need to get like a mosquito net to just put over my monitor at all times, because I'm disgusting. I feel like a bad person with an incredibly loose mouth. Relief! What do you mean relief? Were we going for onions this entire time? Is this how I heal myself? Oh, that's not an onion, that's a pomegranate, huh? Are you the god of pomegranates? A Roman relief depicting a great circular portal and 2 women. Wonder who they could be. Oh, I see. She's gaining relief from the ancient bidet there, I guess. We all wish we could be like you right now. Ugh! That's Mr. Clean! He's even squeakier than I am!
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
The entire game becomes a story of fucking identity theft now. He's our evil twin. Except the trick is, he's fucking filthy. He's everything we are not. He got all the bad genes. All the gross genes. I'm Mr. Clean, and I just come from the future. Time for me to bleach your tubes. The Shrine of Proserpina.
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime?
He sounds like Alistair from Dragon Age.
From around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Mr. Unclean! He must be purged! Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine?
One more mistake, and I guarantee I get crucified. I don't think the Romans like me very much. I'm Mr. Clean, and I got lost.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now?
I'm not going to be desecrating the shrines like your very
seem
presence
a bit
is,
confused
filth
when
boy.
they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
I love how afraid he seems. He's been the one to give me, like, all the lovely Roman hospitality, welcoming committee bullshit. And I brought a gun. This is all just like an elaborate escape room for my fucking birthday or whatever. And I'm straight up ready to kill anyone who disrespects me. Sorry, Galerius. Mr. Clean does have a gun, Pickleman. He never leaves the house without it. He's got some real, ethnic cleaning to do. Not ethnic, that's bad.
Law.
Mr. Clean, as Aryan as he is not that way. He's a good boy. He's clean, damn it.
Well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
All right. Lead the way.
When I first
Yeah,
arrived,
we
I
end that
couldn't believe
conversation
the living down here.
screaming over the battlements.
As you can see, we've got a nice little community now.
Holy shit, they have an auto-follow button. That's amazing. I love this.
Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in
Oh,
if you're not
dude, same.
careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Have you noticed that we
Keep
look
it in
exactly
your
the
loincloth,
same?
Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Oh, hell yeah. Right, who the fuck am I killing? Find politicians, immediately open fire. Sounds good to me. What a game. Let's do it to Aurelia. Looks busy, should try talking to her again later. I guess I should follow my guide for a little while. Fine, fine. How can I
I'd stay
resist
clear of
those
it
giant
and her
fucking
if I were you.
cereal box shoulders?
She's, it's not my place to say.
I guess they hadn't
Down on your
invented
right
the word
is
for
our
slut yet. Probably execute them too quickly to fucking think of one.
Where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Well, I found my new
Don't
wife.
mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her.
You guys think she's clean? You guys think I might need to take a wet wipe to this one before we get engaged and say the vows and everything? She looks really busy, currently fingering your eye sockets right now. Maybe come back later, when she's had her fill. Ooh, don't steal anything, don't hurt anyone, don't. Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Well, now we can read Latin, because we're speaking it. Why the fuck would we be able to read it?
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom.
Alright,
Up on
let's
your
go
left
discus
is the
throwing.
forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live.
Patricians,
So
scientists
don't
of
expect a warm
Patrick.
welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
I'm starting to like
Well,
Mr.
it's actually
Filth.
just a newcomer
I don't
person.
like Horatius.
Farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm watching
genius.
you, farm boy.
You're a better naughty little liar than I am.
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
What's this
I
about?
expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the Golden Rule.
Oh, I've almost
Shouldn't take too
definitely broken it.
He's busy preparing for the election later today.
And as soon as I find out about the Golden Rule, I'm breaking it all over again. Lead the fucking way.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion,
Whoa!
if there was a
Indie
meeting
game that
brewing
actually
in
has
one
people
trouble,
walk upstairs
the
properly.
legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds.
This looks beautiful.
They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9.
Someone say
Didn't
execution.
matter whether he'd done anything wrong.
Someone say 9
One
executions.
of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective.
Motherfucker's a bit of a downer, huh?
We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
The classes, they either gave me dude with brain
Whatever
damage
are you
or
wearing?
dude with gun. I went with dude with gun. I can't even remember what brain damage man had. I think he could, like, take more of a beating or something. He had extra pain tolerance, although I don't think pain is the problem. I think being stabbed is the problem. Even if you don't feel a fucking scratch, it's gonna end up like the Black Knight in Monty Python. It doesn't really matter if you can't feel it when you got no limbs. Roman fire shovel made of bronze. Smells like ash. Maybe one day I'll smell like ash. Maybe one day I'll be the ash that I wish to smell like. These carrots are purple, as they were created before modern orange carrots were cultivated. I always forget about that. Weren't carrots made to be orange because of like a Dutch king or something, and then we just never went back? What the fuck is the world?
That's my room.
Before I read your damn journal, believes everyone is entitled to their secrets. Today my father suggested I write a diary, as my way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, I, of course, shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets. Censure. I don't even know the fucking golden rule. I'm going around taking everything anyone's ever had. Oh, I'm a good boy. Sculpture of Ares, the Greek god of war, known to the Romans as Mars. Yeah, so call it Mars. We're in ancient Rome, aren't we?
The many shall suffer for this.
Ah! So now we know. Maybe don't be a cunt. Probably a decent rule of thumb for existing. The many shall suffer for the sins of one. Has it happened yet? Do you have a voice? Or should I do this one? I wish... Okay, there you go.
Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What's your story?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly.
I was dragged in. What do you want from me?
And why are you dressed like that?
Charming. I'm not from around here, but what am I wearing? I want to see myself. I want to see what an absolute fashion icon I am.
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs.
What do you guys think? Does she
now,
die?
Remind me, why are we having this conversation?
Do you know a way out of here, Sentia?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped, and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
You not just her? Was the punishment of her crime, we're gonna steal 2 L's from your name, bitch, to exemplify what a massive L this was for you. Can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
I mean, no exits. I came here. How are you guys not surprised that I showed up? Sentius? Sentia? Scintilla? Why are your names all so similar?
You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us. Like cattle to be sold at market.
Oh, hot.
His
I wish I was
family
my
name
dad's
is
cow.
Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Scintilla.
I can't work out which one I hate the most, so right now you're probably winning because at least you're alive. You look surprisingly relaxed about your sister's disappearance.
I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
What the fuck is that expression? It's like you're blowing bubblegum without the gum. I think you know something you're not telling me.
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again.
Okay, bye.
Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of here?
Probably.
Get out, you horrid barbarian.
Oh, now I'm gonna take her money and hope she dies. Okay, well, I clearly don't have any personality points just yet. Is this not your fucking sister, right? I forgot they do that. That's really horrible. It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation. Romans probably regard that as their servant's problem. Ooh. So I think we found the senator. Note from Scintilla. Expresses gratitude for Sentius for adopting her. Oh, you hate her because she's adopted. And then your dad likes her so much more. I imagine I could have used that if I knew that first. So we're constantly gaining things that I imagine we can use through each time loop? Scintilla Sentius. May Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Wait, Jupiter? Like big Italian pizza-eating, I'm walking here Zeus? Had a last name? And a middle name? Why? Did all their gods get this treatment, or does that just mean I am God, I am also God? I have no idea. Continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter, and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. I will never wash myself, just to make sure I can. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you'll be re-elected, I'm sure of it. And he still holds that real fucking close, huh? I get the feeling she never escaped. I get the feeling her dad did something fucking horrible and then they covered it up. So that'll be fun to find out. You seem like the type, don't you? Oh god. You really, really do. Who do you
This is
look
a
like? He
rather
looks like someone.
strange first impression, but I'm going to have to overlook it for reasons that will soon become clear.
Because you
Now,
can't look
you're
past
probably
anything other than that
wondering why I
massive
summoned
nose.
you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you?
Once again,
A
I can't.
secret
Your
city
massive
built
nose is in the
deep
way.
in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
He's terrifying. It's beautiful. We gotta rob him the right way as much as we possibly can, right? Why does he have barnacles leeching off of his shoulders? And then this giant one is that just supposed to be coins? It looks like creatures. It looks like you're getting parasited.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months.
I'm sorry, my
22
cursor's in his ear
complete
canal.
strangers
I will
brought
promptly
together by
move
the
it.
fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
How absolutely fucking boring. Break out the prostitutes. Let's ruin it. Let's get everyone killed at once. Well, that's how the many suffer for the sins of one. That STD gets passed around like it's nothing, like musical chairs. Can't say I have.
Nor could I, until I came here.
So you didn't
But the
start
reason
here.
for
Interesting. He's
this
old enough to have got here
miracle
before it began.
Is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can
Does that
gather,
mean I'm the
breaking
one?
the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment, like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now?
Oh,
Unless
interesting.
you and
So you
can
know that
stop
I got
them,
shat
our
out of the
doom
shrine
is
rather than...
assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
If your time in the sun is about to end, then who the fuck gets it next? Do I get some time in your sun? I mean, the sun? I'll pay. How much do I get for, 15 Latin money? I know he reminds me of someone. I think it's Gordon Ramsay, if he was, drilled into Mount Rushmore or something. It's just something Ramish about him. What counts as a sin
An
here?
intelligent question.
Thank you.
There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong?
Insanity
Of course,
eyeball
everyone
fingering
agrees
lady
on
was
the
perfectly
basics.
legal.
No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying?
I'm a
Assaulting
naughty
someone,
little slippery liar and nothing bad happened.
Trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide.
So I need to test
As
out all these
magistrate,
things,
I
I
had to
think.
exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral. And many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world.
I'm the cleanest
Rome
man
is a
ever seen.
beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers.
But no
We
bleach.
have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea.
So what's that,
All our
France to
citizens are
Jerusalem?
treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same?
Yay, ancient
when our people
gays!
are starving, they are given food rations. And when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on.
Theft and arson are my
civilization in the
favorite.
world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
My mistake. Don't your laws allow slave ownership? And you people watch blood sports for entertainment? Don't women have fewer rights than men? Don't you persecute Christians? Don't you practice collective punishment? This one we haven't seen anything on, or all of these. We do know about their collective punishment, which seems pretty fucking massive and like something we should bring up. As much as I do want to know their stance on this, because it's we have to uphold the laws. And that woman was allowed to call me hot in the streets, so, you know, that's something.
You mean
No, I hit the wrong fucking thing.
For burning down half of Rome last year. It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Don't your laws allow slave ownership?
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
I guess they're trying to show, like, you know, we can't uphold people of the past to the standards of today, and I guess that has to have a massive effect on how I play things. I can't pin down people like, oh, that guy's got a slave. He must be the cause of all the fucking issues, or whatever the hell. Oh, that guy kicked Jesus in the face. It's nothing to do with him. Don't your people watch blood sports for entertainment?
On occasion. But our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Don't women have fewer rights than men?
Of course. But with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
You hear that, women? Dad's gonna stab the bad men for you. Don't you practice collective punishment?
Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
I don't want to get kicked out. I don't want this guy to absolutely hate me. But my mistake, if I just insulted him for the fuck of it. Maybe this proves that insulting him is not a naughty boy thing. Maybe I can do that whenever the hell I want. Which is perfect. Couldn't Renegade run in Mass Effect, so will Renegade run against this adorable little bastard. In the game where everyone looks vaguely sad and like they're very ready to be stepped on, so let's verbally step on him now. Where I'm from, we consider those things to be abhorrent.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home.
And that shut me up like a bitch.
On the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows.
Hello, it's me, I'm the Shadows.
Keeping a close eye on them, if I were you.
Scream all your potential criminal words into my holes, please. Just please try not to cough in the process. That'll make me a little bit less clean than I always hope to be. What did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal.
Wish my peen was that prosperous. Maybe one day.
Time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you.
Oh, and that's why you're not cutting off my head. Nice.
Do you?
Yeah, you're right. I'm from 2,000 years in the future. I don't see any reason to lie to him now. It's the prophecy. They're old, stupid people. They're not gonna doubt the prophecy. Very disappointed that a dude from 2,000 years ago is taller than me, though. I want it to be like stomping on the midgets with every step I take by accident. Trample our way through them. That'll break the fucking time.
2,000 years?
As well as all the bones in the world.
That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You'd all been turned to golden statues.
I have imagined it. Our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
I don't see why that's a bad thing. You know how much I could sell you for? You know how important you could be to a life 2,000 years down the line? You're gonna make me rich. Does that make me a pimp? I'm selling the bodies of, like, the oldest people in the entire world. I'm a great-great-great-great-grandma pimp. How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina.
But if the prostitutes I'm selling are that fancy,
across instructions.
I'll need one hell of a
I have
cane.
to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual.
Oh, not fun.
I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
I actually don't know. I did see human remains in the temple. Don't even remember that. I think I ignored it, because it's not as cool and shiny. You didn't catch my eye.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can
So
ask.
heroic. Why am I not having a fucking breakdown? Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election.
Boo! Saving the world!
Only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though. Unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
I really like his hair. They tried to make it so detailed, but with the limited technology, it just looks like a scruffy pigeon. And I'm a big fan. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
Do you think it could be related to Sentia's disappearance?
So you know about that already.
I'm pretty sure you're using her as a paperweight, dude, so
Loss,
yes, I know.
Of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule. So I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful.
But what if she's the human remains? What if fucking anything? There's so many questions. How do I know you're not the person responsible?
Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you. I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance.
Oh, so that ensures the timeline will fucking repeat, I guess. Fair point, but I'm sure I will get reason down the line,
You
right?
think so? Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
What a beautiful bromance this will one day maybe sort of kind of blossom into. Come on, tell me what you really think.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
I don't even know if they know that the entire way of life as they know it is coming to an end, or if they just think you're a nosy piece of shit. And you know what? Once again, it's all about the nose. Sorry about that, I had to stand up and move something while I was saying all that. If that sounded really weird, very sorry. I might have sounded like I was right behind you. Guess what? Turn around. He looks like a torture basement kind of guy. Yeah, he's definitely got his own fun house somewhere around here, huh? Why can we understand each other? I don't speak Latin.
You mean you couldn't speak Latin before you arrived here? How strange. But the gods are active here, and their temples and shrines hum with power like nowhere else in the Empire.
They let me do a
Perhaps when
6-hour
Proserpina
online
brought you
crash
here,
course.
She planted the
That's
seed
the
of
power
Latin
of the
in your
gods.
mind so that you could better serve her.
Did I not get to plant any seeds back? Rude. If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself.
Unless
Let me
I
see
become
if
the
I can
fucking
explain.
bones.
If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us.
And then Rome is still fucking dominant though, right? Didn't you get beat up by barbarians? Didn't the Germans tear your damn face off before they even knew what a sword was?
Are you with me?
Yeah, let's do a little team
Can I
shout.
count on you to
Let's do a
figure out
secret
who's about
handshake.
to break the golden rule?
is having any kind of fun whatsoever against the Golden Rule. Doesn't seem like I have much choice.
No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the
How unlucky do you have to be
self-preservation.
to get the one suicidal guy with a gun?
Wonderful.
You would have been better off with
I
fucking
need you
Karen.
to investigate this.
I miss Karen. Can we drag her in with us?
Help them if it'll win their trust.
But what if Karen was the
I
fucking
authorize
lost
you
lady?
to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
I now have the ability to tell him it's his fucking
One
daughter,
last
which
thing.
is fun.
If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Dying gasp! People are dying before I even get to hang out with them. What the fuck's that about? I'll get right on it. Except I won't. I'm gonna go insult your bitch daughter now that... Ave? I don't know what that is.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind? Why? If you've ever been afraid in your entire life, that means you want to be sodomized by 12 cactuses at once. You know what? Makes sense. Actually, no, I don't believe him. Because if fear meant that you're absolute degenerates, then I feel like the entire world would be watching my channel. This is the destination of all complete degenerates. Who are you gonna vote for?
Not that it's any of your business, but my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius.
It does a bit pay your wages and buy you that pretty little
My
hat.
vote is going to make any difference today. See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery,
Malleolus?
and intimidation. The man's a savage.
Well, he sounds
But he's
delicious,
a
though.
gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should. Sentius knows about it, of course.
This man is just
but he
walking
doesn't have the
ancient
same
lost
right
past
as
it.
Malleolus. This place will be different with that sleaze at the helm. But I try not to worry about things I can't change.
Does he not have teeth? Let's find out.
Hey, if you think you can do better, be my guest.
They're trying to sneak
I won't
back
hold
into
my
his
breath.
gums, withdrawing
In
like
any case,
turtle heads.
If you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Equitia.
He's a
the
weird
Vestal priestess.
motherfucker.
She'll be overseeing proceedings.
But I like his voice. I don't know how these 3 people had enough money to buy a half-decent voice cast. To buy them, yes. They use the old Roman custom of slavery to get through this. What can you tell me about the magistrate?
He's one of the better commanders I've ever had.
Oh, he commands the
That's for sure.
legions too.
Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that.
And you're just perfectly willing to just accept that he sees you as inferior to the point where he uses the words in front of you? Oh, the past is weird. Can you just be like, yep, this is what I was born into. This is what is fucking meant for me. You don't want more than this? Do you know a way out of here?
I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out.
But how did you get
I
here?
learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
I'm really, really not. I really like the dramatic jazz handsing shiny lady in the background, though. Wish I could talk to her. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like 100-eyed Argus, wouldn't you?
Sounds like
Because
a hell of a
your only
genetic
chance
defect.
of saving yourself
Please, God, end
is to
his
stop
suffering.
bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
And I roll up with my gun with a single mag and change all of that. Where I'm from, that'll be considered collective punishment, which is a war crime.
War crime? Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
Okay, poetry idiots. Our worlds are very different.
Seems that way. War crimes. Ridiculous.
If that's the case, let's fucking torture him. Are you saying you're in favor of it?
What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers in arms, and
Oh, holy shit, you
those
did it.
memories will always visit me in my sleep. But life is harsh, and I've come to accept my lot.
And your
As
lot
with the
involves
Golden Rule,
stabbing your best friend on a daily
I don't have
basis,
any
in a
control over
time
that.
loop, no less.
So railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing.
He refuses to rail against it, huh? What would you like me to rail you against instead, then, buddy?
If you like. I'm a legionary of the 1st Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here.
There's way more music than there is man, isn't there? I'll fix that in a second.
I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughter, I should say.
I have hired you to perv on my family.
And making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals.
You're doing a great job, dude. You're doing a great job. Enjoy your, hourly bathroom break. How did you end up here?
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over.
Lined up? They have to
She's
queue
probably
for
figured
you,
I'm long
huh?
gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl. And pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People were screaming, trampling each other. Then some genetricum fugitive tried to take advantage of
We
the
don't know
chaos
what
and
that word
pinch my
means
pendant.
yet. Interesting.
I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river.
Maybe that's what the graffiti is for?
Nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver.
That's how I got here too.
I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose.
Are you all once in the same boat as me except the magistrate? And eventually, after so many time loops, you just forget the parts of your life that weren't this. Because you've had to live so many, like, Groundhog Days that become Groundhog fucking years and years and years. Until your past life just doesn't matter, because you've lived more like this. I'm guessing a hell of a lot. Almost everything. But whatever. I'm sorry to hear that.
Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said,
He knows like
difficulty
3
strengthens
books.
the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Centilla's disappearance has been more difficult than I'd care to admit.
One less lady to perv on, oh no! Can I see the citizen register?
I don't see why not. Just make sure I get it back by tomorrow.
No, there ain't gonna be a tomorrow, buddy. Don't you worry, I'm not doing this first try. Aurelia claims to know a way out. So the only thing that's interesting to me right now is name and notes. Decius, don't care. That lady's a horse. Livia refuses to work. I think that was the old insane lady. Setting herself on fire and tickling my eyeballs. She was great. Melio, not to be trusted. Money lending. So he's a loan shark, but is also running for office, and it's working? Why? Increasingly agitated Rufus, adorable. That's a surprising amount of people. That's really scary. Thanks.
Of course.
I like this guy, though.
All right.
I don't think it... which means it's definitely gonna turn out to be him. Anyone who's, like, completely no one suspects a fucking thing, it's that guy, no doubt. I imagine the big, famous rich bitch family is gonna be quite important in this story. Does this one still follow me around? I guess they only did that in fucking Purgatory.